Hello, and welcome to the Government of Alberta Class 1 Learning Pathway Grant Portal. Today, we'll be walking you through the processes of creating a new organization profile, applying for a Stream 1 EPG grant and a Stream 2 IAG grant. If at any point you have questions about the registration, application processes, or required information, please refer to the program guide or contact Program Administration Team at programadmin@learningpathwaygrant.ca. Let's get things started. Beginning at the sign-in page, you will see two options, sign in and register. We are going to select register today as we are creating a new account. In the future, once your account is created, you will be able to access it by signing in with your login ID and password through the Sign In tab. You will start by filling in the indicated fields, using the email address you would like associated with the account, and choosing a secure and confidential password for your account. There will be conditions for the password. You must use a minimum of 8 characters and include a minimum of 3 of the password creation conditions. We like to use a mix of uppercase, lowercase, and symbols for our passwords. Once your password is chosen, confirm it in the box below and click the blue register icon. You have now successfully created an account. You will then be sent to the Terms and Conditions page. Once reviewed, you can click the box agreeing to the terms and conditions and select Confirm to move to the next page. This is where you enter information to create your profile. A red asterisk signifies the fields that must be completed, with the others as optional. Double-check your information, then click the blue Save button to move on to the next page. Here, you will be greeted and provided with a brief overview of what we will be going over today. Once you've had the chance to review the steps, you can go to the right side of the page and select the blue button that reads New Organization. Please review the information on this page before continuing, and if you have any questions about the collection, use, or disclosure of your personal information, please reach out to the Manager of Evaluation and Finance either by phone or the email provided. Should you need to make corrections to your collected personal information regarding this program, please contact Program Administration Team via the email provided. Now, scroll down and begin to fill out the indicated fields regarding your organization's information. Note the section regarding the mailing address. If it is not the same as your business address, you will need to enter further information. Finally, the primary contact section should include the personal information of the individual that will be the primary point of contact regarding your grant applications. Once completed, select the blue Save button. With this, you have successfully created a new organization profile under the Class 1 Learning Pathway Grant. You are now seeing the organization dashboard. This is where you will be able to select which grant you want to apply for and see the status of applications under My Applications tab. Let's start with Stream 1, the Employment Pathway Grant. Start by selecting the blue New Application button on the right. Please review the information and instructions on the Stream 1 Employment Pathway Grant page before continuing, and if you have any questions, please reach out to the Manager of Evaluation and Finance, either by phone or the email provided, or contact the Program Administration Team via email at programadmin@learningpathwaygrant.ca. Once reviewed, select the blue Create button at the bottom left of the page. This will take you to the grant application page. Part A is mandatory for all organizations. You will see here that Part A, where most of your organization information should already be filled out. Please fill the remaining fields under Part A and review the section to ensure no mistakes. Next, you would need to submit required documents based on the type of the organization to verify eligibility of the organization. For more information on the required documents as per the type of organization, please review the application guideline. If an employer applicant is applying for Class 1 training reimbursement under the EPG application, they would have to fill out Part B of the form. Part B will require you to fill out all Class 1 training information. Please note that employers are eligible to submit one application form for multiple individuals who will be taking the same new driver Class 1 training during the same period. If training for different individuals will occur at different times, please submit another application form for each training date. Once you have filled the Class 1 training information and driver training school details under Part B, please read and consent to the acknowledgments pertaining to Part B before moving on to Part C. If you are applying for Part B, i.e. Class 1 training reimbursement for an employee or future employee, you must intend to continue to hire them and therefore apply to the onboarding incentive for them. Part C inquires about onboarding incentive questions and further acknowledgments. Please review and complete. Please note that you can also apply for Part C alone. However, if you apply for Part B for an employee or future employee, then you must also apply for Part C. Moving on to Part D, you will need to have your professional development training information available, as well as the information for the provider of the training. Please note that employers are eligible to submit one application form for multiple individuals who will be taking the same professional development training during the same time period. If training for different individuals will occur at different times, please submit another application form for each training date. Once the indicated fields are complete and you have uploaded the quote and course online, you can read and consent to the acknowledgments before moving to Part E. Part E will require you to submit your employee information. Start by clicking the blue Add Employee button and filling the indicated fields. Then, click the blue Submit button at the bottom of the window. To add additional employees, click the Add Employee button after submitting the details for the previous employee. Finish off this section by inputting the dollar amounts of the reimbursements and incentives and uploading any supporting documents using the blue and white Upload button and selecting the files from your desktop. You can upload a maximum of 10 files, each up to 48 megabytes. Next, you will need to send an email to the employee by clicking the Send Email option. You should advise your employees or future employees to check their spam or junk mailbox for the link to access the employee portion of the Part E form if it does not appear in their general inbox. You can then select the Save feature as it allows you to return to the application to make any edits in the future. Once your employee has completed their portion, you will need to return to the portal to verify the information and complete the application. Once this has been completed, you can click the blue Save button and any missed fields from the application will be highlighted. If your application has all the required information, then you can click the Submit button. Once you have submitted your application, you will not be able to make any further changes until a decision has been made. Make sure all the information provided is correct and complete before proceeding to submit the application. You will then return to the organization dashboard and your application should show under the Stream 1 Employment Pathway Grant. The specific application number will be noted here. If you would like to start another application, simply click New Application to begin the process again. Now, let's look at applying for a Stream 2 Industry Advancement Grant. In similar fashion to Stream 1, start by clicking the blue button on the right that reads New Expression of Interest, and you will be taken to the next page. To accommodate multiple EOI submissions, this next page will provide you with the ability to include the project name. Please take time to read and review this page before naming your project and clicking the blue Create button. This will then take you to the application page. Once again, most of your organization information should be already filled out. Please fill the remaining fields, such as if incorporated, which act or acts regulate the organization experience, and review this section to ensure there are no mistakes. Once your details have been confirmed, the next step will be filling out the project funding details. These are required and essential, so please enter them carefully and accurately. The following section will be where you designate an authorized signing officer. The authorized signing officer, known as the ASO, will appear as the recipient representative in the grant agreement. If you want to designate someone other than the ASO As the contact for this grant agreement, please contact the program administrators at programadmin@learningpathwaygrant.ca. Under Section 2, please read, review, and select the corresponding priority alignments that pertain to your situation. An eligible project must fall under one or more of the priority alignment categories to qualify under this stream. Section 3 will require you to type out a project description in 120 words or less. Please be clear and concise in your response. Then indicate whether the project is provincial in scope by selecting the yes or no box. Section 4 will require you to outline the project outcomes and measurements in 120 words or less. Once again, please be clear and concise in your response. Section 5 will ask you to provide any potential or confirmed industry partners. Please list and provide an overview of roles and contributions, qualifications, etc. Please include letters of support as an attachment if applicable. If you have any questions regarding what the responses should include, please take time to reference our program guide for further information. Finally, you will need to accept the declaration that the information provided in the form is true and accurate. Once that is completed, you can click the blue Save button and any missed fields in the application will be highlighted. The Save feature allows you to return to the application to make any edits in the future. Saving an application does not constitute submission. The application will not be reviewed for evaluation until it is submitted. You must click the Submit option once you have completed all fields and reviewed your submission. Once you've submitted your application, you will not be able to make any further changes until a decision has been made. Make sure all the information provided is correct and complete before proceeding to submit the application. If no fields need to be corrected, you will then return to the organization dashboard where under Stream 2 Industry Advancement Grant, you will see a note reading that your application has been submitted. The ability to click the View Application button on the right. You have now successfully created an account, learned to apply for a Stream 1 EPG grant and Stream 2 IAG grant. For any further questions or concerns, please reach out to programadmin@learningpathwaygrant.ca.